Ladies and gentlemen, there is something happening, and if I don't come sit here talk about them, nobody will do them. So if me now will come sit here and talk about them because you Sheldon there. I mind people's business for a living. Now, it's about Afrobeats as a genre and how artists that have become successful of Afrobeat as a product are now swaying, are now trying to be different because they feel like that is the cool thing to do. According to them, they don't want to be boxed. I'm Mike Tyson. They don't be Mike Tyson, so they don't want to be boxed. So the Afrobeat as a genre, you have people swaying, creating new genres of what? The Afrobeat as a genre on its own.
I have songs that I mix with R&B, African music and R&B, Afro pop. You know, I always mix it. That's why I call my music AfroFusion.
What kind of genre of music do? I call my music AfroFusion because it has a lot of genre in it. Like there's hip hop in my sound, there's amapiano in my sound, there's R&B in my sound, there's Fuji in my sound. You get, like, it's just me. My sound comes with a feeling. It's how I feel. How I feel is what I sing. You get me? So I just call it AfroFusion.
I really hope to make a heartbreak album one day. I wouldn't call myself an Afrobeat artist, to be honest. I'm just an artist from Africa. I make pop, I make R&B. In fact, most of my songs have a lot of R&B and soul influences in pop to always maintain that originality. But outside that, music is freedom. I just explore.
Would you say you created the whole AfroRave? You know, that whole wave of what's going on. Would you take credit for that?
Yeah, I would take credit for that, but there's no AfroRave without Afrobeats. You feel me? Afrobeat is the mother tree. You feel me? In a jungle, there's always a mother tree, a tree that its roots is connected to every other tree, the stems and the fungi and everything. That's kind of like what AfroRave is all about, and you know, it's my own perception of Afrobeat. It's how I perceive it. It's how I refine it to the rest of the world, and I'm glad people are consuming it.
When you bring something new, like that type of energy, in the beginning, sometimes the people that created the tree can sometimes hate. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to it. Mm-hmm. Did you feel like that in the beginning before they understood what it was? Did they look at you like, what is he trying to do? Why is he trying to do something different?
Yeah, I kind of sensed it, but I would say it wasn't really vocal because of how crazy I was moving and how fast I was moving.
Right.
It was obvious I was doing something different, but it was more obvious from other people's fan base, not my fan base.
Although these genres of music these genres that they are creating, you know, it be variables of Afrobeat. So I don't really see the difference here. And this is what I want us to have a conversation about today because it has become a craze, like a new craze where every Afrobeat artist is right. Are you an Afrobeat artist? I don't think I am an Afrobeat artist. I am Afrocomb. I am emo Afro. Yes, I am AfroRave, AfroFusion, Afro this, Afro that. How, bro? If the people that led the conversation, the people that pioneered the conversation, the people that made sure that Afrobeat is catapulted to this global, you know, level. No, if he be so then do, I'm like, he will come tapping. Listen, I am not against artists trying to be different, and I'm not against artists trying to be diverse or evolving. But this new craze of artists, I don't see my sound as Afrobeat, you know, it is a combination of various drums and boom boom chas. So I think I am Afronita. What kind of what? Imagine look at where Afrobeat they right now. Look at the rooms Afrobeat they enter right now. We are even forcing them to create categories and charts, bro. Billboard has a chart for Afrobeat songs, right? We didn't have then times that we know they have So all the work that we have put in, the concerted effort to catapult, to raise Afrobeat to this kind of pedestal, right now that it has that kind of global recognition, you know, everybody, they try punch holes, they try to be different. So the Afrobeat as the mother, you know, the mother genre of music is there. The people are just, oh, man.
I have songs that I mix with R&B, African music and R&B, Afro pop. You know, I always mix it. That's why I call my music AfroFusion.
How?
You say you're the first emo Afrobeats artist.
Absolutely.
Chest.
I love that. Not even like, well, you know, I mean, I haven't heard of anyone before. You just like, absolutely.
He said
I mean, I
chest
practically came up with the name Emo Afrobeats.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
When next man start doing it, how's that gonna feel?
I pioneered something and someone else is doing it. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Will it? What about when they don't give you no credit?
Do they have to give me credit?
Well, I was just about to say that.
I don't think
because it's
so.
like...
Do you know Fela Kuti? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know he's the originator of Afrobeats, practically. So everyone else who's been making Afrobeats since Fela, whether they acknowledge it or not, it does not stop Fela from being the originator of Afrobeats. In fact, emo Afrobeats is kind of me building upon what he built.
Right, okay.
And taking it to like my own specific zone.
Which one to be AfroEmo? Which one be AfroEmo? It just burst my mind. The last time we Burna Boy do concert with some fan, we try move, be like the stage, then the guy they move to him, we give him the kick. Then people say be Afro Kung Fu. Just say they just add Afro to anything and they feel like they are different. You are not different. Afrobeat is Afrobeat. Afrobeat made you. This is not the time to sway. This is not the time to create sub-genres, bro. Hip-hop, 50 years of hip-hop. They celebrated it. Did you see it? Why Fela not do his own Afro Fela? Debunch, Afro debunch, or Afro, you don't make me fall in love. Two-Face, Afro Two Baba. Afro Baba. And he doesn't even have Afro. No, we have to be serious. Because, bro, it look like it be new. No, it not be new to himself. And Burna Boy in AfroFusion, he started not long ago. But right now, we have AfroRave, AfroEmo. Hey, where them they? A lot, oh. A lot. They are just coming up. Emo Afrobeat. Just say emo Afrobeat in here. Hello. Can you hear? That be the kind of like the emotional Afrobeat. Then Afro depression, Afro grief, Afro this. Nah, bro. If we don't take one at a time, already now there's infiltration, there's saturation. People have argued, said this is why I always argue, say Afrobeat will get to a point where it will just peak then drop. These are some of the things, these are some of the factors where they inform some of these comments. Because we don't seem to be united in our cause to actually make Afrobeat a dominant genre of music. Hip-hop has been hip-hop for the past 50 years. Yes, there are, sub-genres and things. But when it comes to us, when it comes to them, I'm not going to say us because that is not my culture. When it comes to them uniting, presenting a united front to push hip-hop as a culture, bro, you forget it. And that is why it has stood the test of time till today. And people are still profiting off the culture. The thing is supposed to transcend from just a genre of music. It is supposed to be a culture. Something that people are proud to be identified with. This thing that we are doing. And it is from the emerging ones. What's it be emo Afro?
You say you're the first emo Afrobeats artist.
Absolutely.
Chest.
I love that. Not even like, well, I mean, I haven't heard of anyone before. You just like, absolutely.
He said
I mean, I
chest
practically came up with the name Emo Afrobeats.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
as I said, I am not against anything like that. But because if we not take one at a time, Afrobeat, it will come out to one hands. They will come and write our stories for us. Because the time that our people were using Afrobeat as a product to sell arenas, the 80,000, the 20,000, the 40,000, then we just did somewhere. When our mind not there saying we will even think about some of these things. So that is an observation, and a lot of people are angry, saying, "What is happening? When will this nonsense stop?" Is Afrobeat, as a genre of music? No, I don't understand. Then they make the thing they look like Afrobeat as a genre of music be in Koso and like it be some a form. I don't understand. Something that you have profited of. Nah, bro, we can do better, and we should do better. As people. That's why we dare hear people come to write articles about Afrobeat, attributing Afrobeat success to Beyonce and Chris Brown and the rest. And people were outraged, people were angry. But if you are not even making the conscious effort to document your journey, who you want make it do for you? Yesterday I was reading tweet. What is happening? And like interviews coming in, everybody won't be different. If you are trying to be different, listen, if you are trying to be different, and you say, don't even do the Afro, do different things. Because you are basically, it's AfroRave, AfroEmo. What is so different? Meanwhile, when you listen to the song, this is Afrobeat. Afrobeat is Afrobeat. No matter how you try to embellish it to look cool or to seem different or to look different, Afrobeat is the mother Afrobeat, and Afrobeat will always be Afrobeat. So the earlier we go recognize it and we go accept this thing and move on and make sure that we position Afrobeat on that kind of pedestal where in the next 10, 20 years, the people coming in go still benefit off it, go profit off it, and have stories, well-documented stories to read about this genre of music. The earlier we go do them, the better. Because this breakaways and I want to be new, I want to be this, dear bro. Nah, bro. I mean, so now it happened to a hip life. We there here they do hip life. Then Uncle Sonia Chiba came in here, sampled an India song. They said that is hip there. Martha and Chania, or see, they do hip life, they do hip there. That is what happened, yes. And I'm in no way disrespecting Uncle Sonia Chiba. I'm just saying that is what happened. The breakaways. He said, no, you won't be hip life from India, so hip there. Imagine, say we all they try use one resources. They try channel one energy, one vibe towards pushing out. Somebody just go come. Maybe I can't be part of this, so I just want to do my own thing. This is why Kobe before. Yes. Kobe before. This is what we do. Then we lose. Bro, it be sad. Afrobeat is Afrobeat. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care whether you are singing. Afrobeat is Afrobeat. If the pioneers did this thing, you will get some. You will be tapping like Haaland. Charlie, could be serious. Make could be serious. Otherwise, we go lose them. And when we lose it, and unless fella come back and create another one, or you come spearhead or pioneer another one. AfroEmo, AfroComb, Afronita, Afro break, Afro beans, Afro wache, Afro fufu, Afro eba, Afro this, Afro a day. Can't we just unite and push this genre of music and make sure that it's become part of our culture? It's become so entrenched in our culture to the point that nothing will fit erase them. So if you are looking at creating argument or asserting, say, Afrobeat is not going to die, these are not some of the things before they do. Because it will get to a point, I feel like we will get to a point, all the artists would come talk, say they don't want to be boxed. So they are not doing Afrobeat. Yes. They will come, I don't know whether it be uncool to be, I don't know. Afrobeat be that uncool. It be cool. Afrobeat is cool, bro. Me say all the variables all with the emo, the this and all get variables of Afrobeat. So in the end, it's Afrobeat. What is the big deal here? Yo, you niggas tripping, man. Afrobeat is Afrobeat, and Afrobeat will always be Afrobeat to me. But if people are going to sit there and do, I mean, try to be, you know, oh, cool, man, cool, no problem. In the next 5 years, 10 years to come, no, you people go see. You go see something that we have suffered to create. See, then who they regard African music? Who? Then who they regard African music? We used to receive awards backstage. We were not selling out the auditoriums. We were not part of the conversation until the globalization of Afrobeat. Right now, we are entering rooms. We are forcing them to create charts for us. We are forcing them to create awards category for us. The time that we are supposed to tap in and make sure that we actually make a case for Afrobeat, you know, when our people say, nah, they are doing AfroEmo. They are doing Afronita. Wait, think about it. Now, two babani the band, as they start, that be how they do, like you will come see them for here. Continue. This is what we do, and we get to a point where, bro, I have beef. Then they come back to the drawing board. By that time, it's too late. So if this is how we are going to do it, that is fine. But me, my name is Sheldon, and I will say what I'm supposed to say, and I'm bouncing. At the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion. And I'm not against any artist trying to be different by, you know, swaying off and creating his own genre. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is there are consequences and there are repercussions. When it start coming to bite us now, we could not go blame anybody. We now do on our own problem. And so, yes, I just go end now for that. This video was brought to you by Bit Africa. Download the Bit Africa app and use it to trade your Bitcoin. My name is Sheldon. Subscribe to the channel. And yes, put us on post notification. See you on the flip side of things. We out.